All right, guys, how you doing? Mike Cesaroni back with another video. I just attempted to do a live stream a minute ago, and I apologize that I had to end it, but my son came in the room screaming, and I had to take care of that situation. So obviously that comes first. But let's get back to what we were talking about. And for those new viewers who are coming in now, welcome. If you guys have any questions, I do have the chat box up running, and we're good to go on that side. So let's talk a little bit about the 2018 consensus that's happening in New York City tomorrow morning. Doors open in the morning, and I am very, very excited about it. I'm very excited to see the price action and just the overall. It's great what it's doing to the community. This consensus has a impact on the price each and every single year, and hopefully it will continue to do the same thing. In 2017, the attendance at this consensus was only 2,700 people. 2,700 people showed up to this consensus, and that was it. There was 120, 125 speakers. This year, we have over 4,000 people in attendance. We're doubling numbers, and we have over 400. I think it's 250 speakers. So the overall, we're just growing and growing each year at this consensus, and I'm going to go over the price in a minute and how it does affect the price each and every time this consensus ends. What it basically is it's like a big meetup for, and it costs money to get into the consensus. I think if you want to register to get in, let's see if we want to. Let's click register, and let's pretend like we want to get in and we want to join here. Yeah, earlier I saw that it was like, let's see. See, I have no promo code, so let's just put blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, to me, it looks like it is probably only, I'm not sure if just anybody can go, but that's something that you can look into a little bit more if you are in the New York City area. Go to Coindesk.com, and right on the main page, the Consensus 2018 New York meetup will be right in the front. So let's take a look at, let's see here. Let's take a look at the numbers throughout the years and the impact that it has made, in the price. 2015 was the first year that they did this consensus. A year later, the attendance it tripled. 2017, we had 2,700, and now this year we're expecting over 4,000 people. Obviously, the North American area is more dominant as it is being held in New York. Let's see, the press in attendance alone: American Banker, Business Insider, Bloomberg, CNBC, Esquire, Forbes, Financial Times, Fortune, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal. Very, very, very exciting time for blockchain and for Bitcoin in general right now. Let's take a look at their agenda. Oh yeah, right here. Register now at $2,000. So there we go. If you want to join, drop those 2 racks and you're good. So tomorrow morning, they're going to open with Kevin Worth, the CoinDesk. I think he represents CoinDesk. He's one of their main speakers. And they're probably just going to open up and just give, let everybody know what to expect during the consensus. And it's basically just a lot of networking. There's a lot of startup companies that attend. There's a lot of big investors, financial institutions, tech leaders, academic policy groups. there's just it's basically a big meetup for blockchain, for Bitcoin, and it's just a way to get the word and spread the word of blockchain and Bitcoin, and it seems to have a big impact on the price each and every year. And I know this year they're dedicating a full 4 to 5 hours on mining alone. Now I know that mining is in a tricky place right now. I'm not going to get too much into that because I don't know much about mining, but I know that it was something that was brought up, and it was one of the top topics that I did see that they were talking about in the during the consensus. There's a couple of announcements. Pundi X. Pundi X is a project that I'm going to make a dedicated video on, I think tomorrow. I've heard a lot about this project. I don't even think it's sitting at a cent yet. I think it might be at half a cent. And supposedly they have just an incredible project, and it's brand new. I know it just came out, if it's even hit an exchange yet. So, I mean, let's look at the price impact that it's had each and every year since 2015. When the consensus first started in 2015, the price of Bitcoin was $240 the day before the doors opened. 55 days later, that price almost doubled at $497. 2016, May 2nd, doors open, $452 Bitcoin. 45 days later, the price almost doubled at $780. 2017, doors open. The price of BTC is at $2,200, and 80 days later, the price almost doubles at $4,370. Guys, tomorrow morning, the 2018 New York consensus doors open at 9 a.m. and the price of Bitcoin right now is at $8,700. So, is history going to repeat itself like it tends to do 80% of the time in cryptocurrency? Is it going to repeat itself and double in value in the next 40 to 80 days? It's something that we have to keep a close eye on, and that's something that I just wanted to bring to each and every one of your attentions. This is a huge deal, and I truly think it's going to have a big impact on the price of Bitcoin going forward. A lot of people are saying that the price of Bitcoin is never going to get under 10,000 after this convention. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as saying that, but I expect to see some big price movement, and I'm extremely excited about this consensus. I wish I could be a part of it, but obviously I'm not even close to any of these. I mean, these are reputable investors and moderators that have been in this space for years and years and years, probably since it's first came around, and I'm excited just to watch it. I know that they do have a live button here. You can probably watch it live. There we go. Now, I know that they did start, I know they didn't start the consensus like officially, but they did start doing some, tomorrow 7 a.m. So I will post this link here. Let me copy this now. I will post this link in the description of my video, and go check it out. You guys can watch and just overall see what's going on. They could announce some major news in the upcoming year for cryptocurrency and blockchain in general. But I just love where in the crypto space, and it's something that I'm going to make a dedicated video about. So here are the coins that I just want to take a look at real quick before we end this live stream. If anybody has any questions, please throw it in the chat box. I see that there is a couple people watching. I thank you guys for coming. And let's just take a look at the price of BTC. We're looking at the day chart here. We have a couple of EMAs that we got to bypass in order to see some significant volume come in. But like I was saying in my previous videos, is there enough volume coming in to see a reversal in price? And I think it's starting to happen. And obviously, with this consensus happening tomorrow morning, that's not hurting us. So let's just keep a close eye on the price action of BTC. I think just not even an hour ago, the price was almost at 8,800. So we took a $200 dip or a $100 dip, and so we're sitting at 87 now, which is great. I mean, considering where we were yesterday, guys, at 82, this is just that we're making some moves right now. I would definitely say that we're crawling we're crawling out of the bear market for sure. Let's take a look at Nulls. Nulls had a huge day. And also, guys, if you're not following me on my Twitter or my TradingView, Steemit, I posted all that stuff in the description. Please follow me. I am doing not daily call outs, but what I'm doing is I'm posting what I think has potential that day, and you can take it as that. I'm not a financial advisor, and I do not advise you to take my advice and put your money into my advice, but take it, like I've said before, form your own opinion, form your own style of trading and investing, and take it from there. But for me, so what I ended up doing was laddering my way into a position. I did put 50% of the 100% of what I wanted to put into this coin, just in case it did drop below this 15 EMA and started moving towards the 55. Then I had a little bit more money to put in at a cheaper price, but it did end up moving its way up. So I ended up just kind of working my way into the position as it was climbing, and we are doing very well in that coin right now. TRX, guys, I've been saying this over and over in a lot of my videos. We had this amazing opportunity at the bounce of the 200 EMA, and it was just an opportunity that I could not pass. Those don't come often, and it was just an apparent bounce. We tried here. The EMA said no thanks, and we got those gains. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. I've already discussed that. BCN, another big gainer today. We can't really see much because it was just dropped to the exchange, but it seems like it found its resting area. Like I said, this is Bitcoin. It was just released to Binance. Let's see what day, on the 8th. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was just released on the 8th. It took a huge drop. It's finding its price, and all this stuff's going to start formulating. So if you're looking to get in on the ground floor of something, I mean, this could be a project to keep your eye on. This is a project that I've heard a lot about too before it even came to Binance. Polymath, another big gainer today. Overall, this coin has just been doing great the last couple weeks. We saw this correction here, and guys, this is the patterns that I love to trade. Look at this. I mean, picture perfect wedge breakout pattern. I mean, you can't get any better than that. You can even just go like this here. Boom. So right here, that's a buy signal. As soon as it crosses over this resistance line, that's a buy. And for me, that's what I ended up doing. I've been holding Polymath for a long time. I think you can get it in the what exchanges can you get Polymath? I have mine in KuCoin. That's right. So you can get Polymath in KuCoin. It is not on Binance yet, but I do fully believe that it will be on Binance soon. It is one of those coins that has the ability to be on Binance. It has a use case product. It has intrinsic value. So it's up 16% today, and it's seeing some huge price action, and that's something that I do love to see. IOST not doing not doing as well as I thought it was going to off this bounce off the 200 EMA. I thought we were going to see a little bit more movement than this, but it is making a recovery. Again, guys, we saw a bounce off the 200 EMA here, and we saw some significant gains. So you can possibly expect, and we're also closing above the EMAs. On the 4 hour, we already did. So right now, this is actually a strong buy. We have a little bit of resistance that we have to get by right here that this last 4 hour candle wasn't able to do. But if we can get a close above, then I do see some further gains with this coin. So IOST, guys, keep your eye on that. Good old Ripple. I just don't like going over Ripple. I don't like talking about it, but it's something that someone watching and is going to watch me to go over every single time I stream. I don't know, not much I can say. It's underneath the 200 EMA. To me, a mentor of mine always told me that getting a project underneath the 200 EMA is always a good sign to buy. So take that how you want, and there you go. There's Ripple. Like I said, just not. It's going to be around for a long time. It has a lot of the big banks are going to start using Ripple, and I believe they already are. So it's just kind of I believe Ripple's going against the grain of what cryptocurrency is supposed to be about. So that's just my opinion. Let's look at Steem. And guys, Steem is just, I'm going to make a dedicated video on Steemit. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because it gives my viewers the opportunity to make money. So you just watching my video alone is going to give you the ability to make revenue. And to me, that's what blockchain is about. Blockchain is about algorithmic patterns on what is, this is what it's all about. So Steem is going to be something that's going to be always on my radar. I love the project. I love what they're doing. I love the concept. Like I've said, I'm not sure if Steem is actually going to be the company that brings it to the next level. But as of right now, they are doing a lot of updates and they are making waves. I have my Steemit. Yeah, I have my Steemit posted in my description. So go take a look at that. Check out my Steemit page, and take a look at becoming a member of Steemit. If some of you guys have an interest in baking or cooking or arts and crafts, you can make a page and not even be on camera. You can post pictures of beautiful scenery or just stuff like that, and just from people liking it, you get paid based on the blockchain. Again, I don't want to get too much into it because I'm going to make a video dedicated just on Steemit, but it's something that you might want to take a look at and get a little familiar, get somewhat familiar with before I do make that video. Neo, I still continue that it's just an undervalued project right now. And I did put that on my Steem earlier that I believe that Neo is extremely undervalued right now. I think it is at an incredible price to buy. And I just keep dollar cost averaging my way into these positions. If it drops more, I'm not going to sell. I'm just going to buy more. I think Neo is a intrinsically valuable coin, and it will bounce back. It's going to take time because you have these coins like EOS and Ethereum just blowing it out of the water right now, and Neo is kind of like the Asian markets Ethereum. So with that failed testnet they had, it hurt them in price, and it's taken them a while to recover. So while we're talking about EOS, let's take a look at the price of that and how that's moving. On the 4-hour chart, we're about to close over the 50 EMA. Let's see if we can get a rally up to the 55. A close above the 55 would definitely indicate a continuous breakout from this wedge pattern. So again, guys, look at 200 EMA. If you guys aren't using that pattern, if you guys aren't using that indicator, I strongly suggest that if you are a day trader, take a look into putting it onto your chart, because just playing these bounces alone can get you some, 3, 4, 5% gains in your portfolio. If just the bounces, I love playing the 200 EMA. It's a great indicator. Last but not least, XEM was making some noise today. I saw it that it was on the top 10 gainers for CoinMarketCap, and that's looking really well right now as well. We have an hour and a half left in the 4-hour candle. If it can close above this 55 EMA, then it would be looking good in the future. But we do have some resistance here at the 4110. Just keep an eye on that. And there's also a lot of resistance ahead with XEM, but overall, I think it's a great project. So is the market back? Price correction is over. I do think you're talking about BTC, Amar. I do think that we're slowly climbing out. As you can see, and if you look at a rounded bottom pattern, if we Google it here, rounding bottom pattern. So that's kind of a little bit of what I'm looking at right now. We see this rounding bottom pattern happening, and I do expect further highs. But with this consensus happening in New York, go back and watch the beginning of the video when this is done, and take a look at the price action that happens after these consensuses. And I think that has a lot to do with the price action. So to answer your question, Amar, and thank you for coming, price correction could be over. I do believe that it is close to being over. We're almost out of the woods. Let me take a look at something really quick here, and I want to show you what my resistances are. So if we can get a close above, let's see, if we can get a close above 85.56 today, and we have an hour and a half left on this candle, Omar, an hour and a half left. If we can get a close above this resistance, I think we're looking good, buddy. So, yeah, there's a lot of projects to take advantage of right now. I highly suggest that, you use your judgment on that, and trade smart. I'm trying to put your chat back up. Anybody else have any other questions? Hold on one second. And I think I'm just going to let this live stream roll. You know what I mean? I was going to, that's the point of live streams, right? They're not edited. I mean, that's what I just plan on doing, to be honest with you guys. I am going to make some edited videos, like today. It should have been a edited video based on the consensus and giving you guys a little bit more information about what it's all about. But I just wanted to, quickly get up here, and before I do all that stuff, I want to gain a little bit of a following and stuff like that. Mt. Gox finished selling off their shares. I don't think so. I know that there's a wallet out there that you can look at, and it alerts you every single time Mt. Gox drops some money or transfers money out of that wallet. To me, I do think that they, because I remember last time that they sold out of their wallet, they did it all at once, and it was a huge price decline. So yeah, it could be over. That's a tough question to answer, just because I'm not, I'm not them. I don't know anybody in that circle. I don't know. They could dump 200, 300 Bitcoin tonight. I have no idea, but I'm gonna bring up that price pattern again. I want you guys to see that and just be aware of it. Come on, man. Every single time I do this, I lose my bar down here. So check this out. Last year, we almost doubled in price after the consensus. 80 days, 80 days it took, and we doubled the price. So a lot of this price action right now has to do with the hype of the consensus, and I do believe that. But as far as Mt. Gox, if they're finished, I have no idea. There's really no way to tell. Is there any other coins that you want me to take a look at or do any TA on? We did have a big day today. Let's look at some of the top big dogs for the day. We got Kin, man, up 47.63%. Again, Bytecoin 39.55%. Cyber Miles, Dentacoin. I hold some nulls. I hold some Polymath. Steem. Very happy to see that Steem is in the top 10 of the biggest gainers today. How do you know if a coin is going to be listed on Binance or Coinbase? You don't really. That would be insider trading basically. If we knew that, then we'd all be rich. But there's no way to tell, because what happens when a coin gets listed on an exchange is the price increases. I mean, quadruples. The price just you see almost 100% gain from each price. Just like when Digibyte went to Binance, when Bytecoin went to Binance, it saw a 300% increase. So anybody who knew that Bytecoin was going to Binance, made a lot of money. And I've heard of people doing that. I've heard of people knowing about coins going to exchanges, but that's insiders trading, and a lot of people are getting in a lot of trouble now for that kind of stuff. And I really do hope that the SEC and the regulations come down hard on that, because that's what's going to stop us. That's what's going to really hold this community back. Is shit just like that. It's stuff. These pump and dump groups and all that. If you guys have any part or anything to do with a pump and dump, get out of it now. I know there's tons of them on Discord, and Discord's a huge resource to use in the crypto space. And if you're in any of those pump and dump groups, get out now, because the SEC is going to crack down hard, and they're already putting people in jail for that. Not something that you want to be involved in. Omisigo up 5.36%. Bitcoin Gold, Zcash just last month was sitting at $400. Verge, Nano. I think Verge is extremely undervalued. I think Nano is very undervalued right now. This is easily a $15 coin sitting at $6. BitShares, it's been around for a while. Price has always been fluctuating between. But guys, I would say the top coin right now that I think is most undervalued is Neo. I think Neo is a coin that my portfolio looks like this: 30% Bitcoin, 50% platforms, ADA, EOS, Ethereum, 10% privacy coins, XMR, BCN, 10%, ICX, XRP. Platforms. What do you mean platforms? Yeah. Right now my portfolio is mainly Bitcoin. I do have a long-term hold portfolio that I kind of each dip that we see, I increase. So for instance, this last dip that we saw at the 8100 area, I ended up scrapping up a bunch of stuff and adding to my portfolio for my long-term positions. I got to put my, let me know, there's going to be a test too. If the changes, if the volume in my voice changes, then that's going to be a big test on, I need to get headphones and a mic and stuff. But yeah, mostly BTC, Omar, and I store a lot of stuff in offline wallets. I do have a lot of Neo. I have a lot of EOS. I do have Ethereum. I have a lot of Litecoin, Zilliqa, and that's just to name a couple. I'm playing Tron right now just because of the mainnet launch coming out. I think it's going to be an opportunity, and I don't know if you've seen my previous videos, but I called out Tron, man. Like, we saw this bounce here. We saw this bounce twice off the 200 moving average. Follow my Twitter, and that's all I can say. This looks like a little play too right here. So with TRX, if this can break through the 55 EMA, it's going to go down to the 15. If it doesn't go all the way down, it'll at least go, move its way towards it, so you can dollar cost average your way into a position. But TRX is a project that is going to just keep growing until that main net is launched. So as you can see, the support I have, it's having a tough time getting through it. So once, twice, 3 times, the third time we got rejected. We're bouncing. But the good thing about this here, about TRX, is that we're getting, we got the EMAs very close beneath this support, this resistance area. So, we got 1, 2, 3, boom, and that's the long-term chart. And try to catch another run up if it does bounce off the 200. But anyway, we're going on what? 33 minutes, guys. Any other questions, throw them out. I think we're going to wrap it up. I just wanted to talk about the consensus a little bit. I wanted to watch a little bit of a video, but I'm noticing that, I myself anyway, I like watching just short videos on stuff. My attention span is very short, so I would never sit and watch a full 33-minute video. So I gotta try to keep my videos a little bit shorter. But when we're live streaming and just freestyling, it doesn't really matter to me. Once I get a little bit more structured, like I said, and we have a format planned for the channel, then we'll make some waves. But guys, go check out my Steemit. All that stuff is in the description. If you want me to post the consensus, yeah, you know what? When this is done, I'll post the consensus site, and that's about it. For the day, let's take a look. And Omar, I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the interaction. You're one of the first, that has been strongly interacting in this channel. I think this is my 4th or 5th live stream ever. I would appreciate, a share. I would appreciate a subscription, and just, let people know about the channel if you find value. If you find value, hit that like button, and, go check out my Steemit too. So my prediction for the day, let's take a look. BTC, we got to stay above this 15 EMA. And guys, listen, we have an hour and 14 minutes left to close above a very big resistance. Let's see. Let's pull this resistance over. I'm going to show you here. So here we go. We struggled yesterday trying to get over it. Didn't happen. But we came out with conviction, and we bounced right off of this 200 EMA. Now, if we can get a close above this 8,600 for the day in the next hour and a half, we're looking good. We're looking very good.
I would say that this is a rounded bottom, and I would predict. I hate predicting, but in my opinion, I think we're going to see 9,000 in the next day or two. That's what I'll say. 9,000 in the next day or two. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, it is what it is. It's cryptocurrency, and you can't always be right 100% of the time, especially with crypto. What are some of the coins that you're looking at? You said EOS. Is there any coin you want me to look at in particular before I end this, buddy? And guys, we do have a lot of support. We got a lot of support if we do fall. I know sometimes when Bitcoin falls, it breaks through. It busts right through supports. But we do have a lot of support, guys, and I think with this consensus happening tomorrow, we're looking good for the future. So, all right, guys, it's been 37 minutes. I've just been blabbering. Omar, thank you, man. You've been great today. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. That's what I got. I think we're heading to the $9,000 area in the next couple of days. I don't see a reversal. I do think that was enough volume, and I think it was enough. Overall, I just think it was enough volume to get us out of that bearish downfall that we went through. So I hope you guys got your limit orders in place down at that bottom. If you start seeing the price climbing and you notice that it just continues on an uptrend, just be aware of the alts, where they were just a couple months ago, and say to yourself, man, I wish I would have gotten to that alt when it was that price. Well, we're kind of in that situation right now where you can get into a lot of altcoins that are in a lot of that are at a lot of cheap prices and positions right now. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And check out my Steemit, check out my Twitter, hit the subscribe, hit the like, and happy trading to all. Thank you all for watching.